Hey everyone, my name is David Bowden with Spoken Gospel. We are a ministry dedicated to helping people see Jesus and his gospel on every page of the Bible. Today's verse is Galatians 6:2, and it says this: "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." Paul, the author of this verse, has spent most of this letter in which this verse is contained explaining that it is faith in Jesus alone that saves, and not our ability to perfectly fulfill the commandments of the Old Testament law. But that doesn't mean that we can just sin all we want. Paul says the church needs to help each other be free from sin, and that is what our verse today is about. If someone in your church is struggling with a sin, Paul tells us to restore them to obedience and faith gently. This is how we carry each other's burdens, by lovingly helping each other escape the power of sin. And when we do this, Paul says we fulfill the law of Christ. You see, the Galatians were so concerned with fulfilling the Old Testament law through obedience, but Paul says by loving each other through sin, they will actually fulfill the law that truly matters, the law of Christ. After all, Jesus said that the law is summed up in loving God and loving others. And Jesus proved it by loving us this way. Jesus did not just help us through our burden of sin, but he carried the full burden of our sin when he died for us on the cross. That is why when we love each other and when we help each other through sin, we are fulfilling the law of Christ because we are being like Christ to each other. So may those of us who have had our burden of sin carried by Christ carry our brothers and sisters through their burdens today in the name of Jesus.